Hi there people, welcome to the video. So today I'm doing the boss guide for the Invading Executioner, and this one is quite hard. Okay, so let's look at the boss. The boss has 24,000 health, and in the first phase it doesn't have any elemental resistances, but apparently on the second phase it gets a plus 20% fire resistance. Um, in terms of physical resistances, has 0% for crush, 10% for slash, 25% for pierce. So crush weapons are a bit better. And on the second phase, it gets a bit more crush resistance. So, yeah, as crush weapons are a bit rare, I probably wouldn't recommend um, using them unless you like them. Like if you like the big hammers, go for it. But if you don't, I don't think you're losing too much by using slash weapons. Now, what you really need for this boss fight is from Coco's Blood Code. You need the slow resistance and the thing that takes off the removes slow. Okay, electric. The one that gives your weapon like electric damage is pretty good. In this case, because it has like zero elemental resistance. So if you want a bit of damage, you can go for a bit more damage. You can go for that. On Davis Blood Code, Hermes, I think. You also have like a ice thing projectile that you can use. I wouldn't recommend like the fire effects like from Louis, but from Louis you can actually get the one-handed sword mastery, and that will add 20% damage to your weapon, so that's pretty good. And Eternal Blade Dance is again a very good option. Accelerate is very interesting if you don't have quick mobility. For this boss fight, it can be worth it. Okay, though if you're not used to it, maybe it's not the best. If you are very very good at dodging, concentration will cut the stamina usage for that. So overdrive is also an option if you don't get hit. It is a higher damage bonus compared to adrenaline, but I'm using here the trusty adrenaline, iron will, and venom as I usually use because it's a very comfortable and effective like trio of gifts. Blade Dance is pretty good for some extra damage. Phantom Assault, very good gap closer and decent damage. And this, like Shadow Strike or something like that, I don't remember very well the name in English, deals decent damage. Remove slow and slow resist as a passive. This is very important because the boss will apply slow. And this is also important for you to choose a Blood Veil that has good slow resistance. So this one is a pretty good option. It's what, Assault GX something. I really like this Blood Veil. There are other very good, like the Blue Hounds is a very good, a bit heavier, but a very good Blood Veil. But you just need to look at your like collection of Blood Veils and see each one, which one you prefer. If they have the drain type you're used to, and or just the defenses. But I really like this one. It really fits my clothing. I really like the black and green, so it looks pretty good. I'm also using the Sunset Bayonet. I mentioned it before. I really like this bayonet because of the moveset. Here still have the increased drain rating and savvy evasion, but at this point you should probably be around level 40, so you don't get as much from the increased health. So I'm using the one that gives me venom from when I'm focused. This is pretty good to increase. It's from the when you defeat the insatiable despot, you get this blood code. It's pretty good. It scales with your dark gifts. So if you have like 400 in dark gifts, I believe it gives you like 37 venom on your weapon. You can also use the ones that give you like elemental damage on your when you are focused. They're an option too, but I like the venom for the passive damage it deals. So you also have like the one-handed sword mastery, the eternal blade dance. These are very good if you're using a sword or or the blade dance as active gift. I'm using it. It's not as it's pretty good actually in this fight because you have to dodge quite a bit and your windows for dealing damage are not that great. So let me just prepare here a bit because she deals a lot of damage. Okay, at this point, if you're not buffing yourself, you're going to have like a very bad time because the bosses start dealing quite a lot of damage. And her hits also apply slow, which will slow your dodge, so it's very important that you're prepared to counter it. You can buy from Coco a consumable that will increase your slow resistance, and you can also by the way, you just saw her like stagger a bit. This is an indication that she's close to going down on her knees. So you just keep hitting and she will go down on her knees, and then you can deal some damage. Watch out for this, like when she changes phases, she will do this attack. Just go very far on the arena and prepare to dodge. This is probably one of her most deadly attacks because of how much it deals damage, but it's also somewhat easy for you to dodge it. The biggest problem in this boss fight, I think I end up dying on this one, I don't remember, but like, this is just to show like the moveset. But what you really need to know in this fight is that the most important thing for you is managing your distance. Okay, why? If you're like a bit far, she may or may not do the slide attack. So like, the slide attack is quite easy to... Here I get slowed, so I immediately take it off, cure it. She can do this attack quite quickly, and it really, like, if you're not ready for it, like to dodge it, it can be a very big problem. Okay, so watch out for that. So yeah, managing your distance, and this is probably the toughest point. You will be, at times you'll be like, oh, she used the slide attack and I thought I was close enough to like for her to not use the slide attack. So that happens, so you really need to get used to how far you have to be or how close you can be, because her close range attacks are also pretty deadly. But yeah, so let's talk about it. Very important, if you're using Iron Will, you will have to reapply the buff, and that is very important because she deals a lot of damage. Okay, so if you are not, if you don't have Iron Will up, you can be one shot, like by her, depending on your level. At this point, you should be facing her around level 40. Okay, so you should have like increased health is still a good option. Okay, it starts declining a bit from here on out, but it's still an option if you're having trouble. Yeah, so the attacks on the first phase. On the first phase, she has like the explosive water attack that she uses when you're like really far. This one you just need to dodge, okay, at the right time. It's not a very big deal. The other attack she does when you are somewhat far away is like a quick downward swipe. And this is a pretty easy attack to avoid if you're waiting for it, and it's pretty good like to punish. And she has a very deadly attack where she like forces her spear into the ground when you're close. And this attack will change on the second phase, so beware of that. That being said, she also has like some area attacks where she does like some wide swipes. And these are very dangerous because she has two versions. The first version is just like a one swipe and then a slower swipe and then an even slower swipe. These are dangerous, but you just have to get the timing right. The other version is a swipe and two quick swipes. These are much harder to dodge. So if she does like these swipe attacks, I prefer to just move a bit further away from her. So when she finishes, she will use her long range attacks. She can stagger on both phases, so that's something to know. It will just take some time. But if you keep the pressure up, eventually she will hit. She will get down. Here, so what I'm doing is, remember what I said about the slide attacks being quite easy to dodge once you know they're coming? As I had already applied the venom on her, I was like, I'm just gonna wait it out. And I got some distance, and this forced her to do the slides. So I was ready for it, and I was getting some passive damage. Here I just wanted to record another very quick another like boss fight, just to talk about like the high damage she does. The important thing you have to learn in this boss fight is to attack when the time is right. Okay, you have to wait your turn. Why? Because her attacks, again, I keep saying that, but they deal a lot of damage. And they also apply the slow effect. So if you remember from the Butterfly of Delirium, in this case, like at one time you can be full health, and then she hits a couple of attacks, and suddenly you are slowed, and you have like very little health. So this fight can go can go wrong very, very quickly. Okay. Yeah, so manage your stamina and watch out for the attacks. I highly recommend poison because of the passive damage, as your window for dealing damage is quite small. Now, if you need to heal or reapply buffs, what you're going to do is use like the time of your attack, or I mean like the time you would attack, use it to heal or buff yourself again. Okay, so watch out for watch your stamina, because getting like low stamina can be a very big problem. And watch out for her. Here, as you can see, I had like pretty sizable HP, and she got me in one hit. So you really need those buffs, and you really need to watch out. And watch out for her like spear attacks when she slams the spear on the ground, because she has like she will do a move around the pole. Okay, so thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.